Welcome back, everyone. I was recently asked, probably about a month or so ago, where the best places are to be homeless. Now, I've done, up and down the East Coast, and I've done the South, and I've been all over the place. But in the last year and a half, I have found what I consider the three best places to be homeless. Now, these aren't for services; they're not for really anything. It's about environment and opportunities, and not only that, being homeless is hard enough. But having to deal with a combative society, lack of services, lack of resources, that tends to make a place like less attractive to being homeless. So, for example, you go to some cities and they've got nothing, or they've only got like one place, and they feed once a day, kind of like they did in Meridian. Okay, so the three best places, and they're not in any particular order. It also depends upon what your needs are, what your situation is, so on and so forth. The first one would be Covington, Kentucky. Now, why would Covington, Kentucky be considered a good place? Well, one of the things that you guys heard me say when I was in Cincinnati, because it's right across the river from Cincinnati. So not only do you have the ability to take advantage of all of the services that Cincinnati has, but you go across the river and it can be a lot safer, a lot more peaceful, so on and so forth. So if you guys remember, when I was in Cincinnati, whenever I needed peace because of how rough Cincinnati got, I would just walk over the bridge to Covington, and I would get a deep breath. Okay, so what makes Covington so attractive as far as being homeless? Well, one is that although they only have like 2 shelters there, the way that the shelters take care of the homeless is a cut above. I mean, you're fed in the mornings. They also have dinner service. You have showers. You have other resources. Now, some of them may, like, there's one there in Covington that will make you go to church services. But the thing is it's peaceful there, and the homeless are a lot less. That's where the better homeless go. Like, they'll leave Cincinnati and they'll go over to Covington, Kentucky. You kind of have to experience that for yourself to kind of fully understand. But again, it's peaceful. It's a place that that if you really want to be able to have a cush experience being homeless, and you want to be able to have opportunities, because they have work programs, they have resources within the community to make sure to help you get employed. They're doing everything they can, within their power to be able to assist you, even though I had some issues just because of the type of people that they tend to hire, which are ex-cons and ex-drug addicts, which those guys bring their own drama. There's a reason why they ended up that way to begin with, and so therefore they take that and then they put it down on the most vulnerable and become bullies. So on one hand, you're always going to have a little bit of an issue, but when it comes to a good place, Covington, Kentucky, it is on that list of the 3 best places to be homeless. The next best place to be homeless, especially if you're down south, would be Gainesville, Florida. Gainesville, in the state of Florida, actually has a reputation. You go anywhere in the state, they'll say, hey, if you want to get up on your feet, you need to go to Gainesville. Now, as much as I dislike the low barrier shelter, if you were somebody that is a go-getter, that can go out there and get up on your own, you don't need somebody to motivate you, hold you by your hand, coddle you and things like that. There are resources that you can use to be able to be able to thrive, to be able to get up on your feet and things like that. So one of the things that I really liked about Gainesville is that they have a low barrier shelter, although I disagree with a lot of the things that go on around there. If you are if you're a self-starter, it's fine. You can walk in, take a shower whenever you want. There's no specific time. As long as the compound is open, you can go in there. You can go in there and get your laundry done, so you don't have to worry about wearing dirty clothes. So you can take a shower, get your laundry done. They have resources for jobs. They have a bulletin board telling you where the jobs are. They also They also have medical care that comes there. They have dental care. They have pet care. They have a kennel if you're in one of their programs to where you can go ahead and you can use it. They have a lot of resources, and even though Grace Marketplace has a bad reputation in the city, it is also one of the places that everybody's going to refer you to. Even if you go down to the other shelter that's in downtown, they partner with the low barrier shelter of Grace Marketplace. Okay, and then the other thing is I am starting to think that, you know, in my travels, because I have an animal, it is a lot more difficult to find resources and to be able to get access to resources and things like that. Well, I've been here in Shreveport for probably about I would say less than 24 hours. We got here about 6 o'clock last night off the Greyhound because somebody left a really nice tip in my tip jar, which I used it to get us further west, to get us closer to our destination. And you know, we found an easy place to camp in the woods, set up my hammock, no problem there. I will tell you that it does seem like there is a lot more homeless here, and it is a lot more overran than even Gainesville or Covington. You know, it almost seems to have the same homeless population as same size of homeless population as Cincinnati, but one of the things that I really like about here is apparently, because I went to one of the resource centers to get the referrals, like where are the bum feeds, where is there any place where I can get free dog food, what about getting a shower, getting laundry done, things like that. Because, you know, even though you're out here, just because you wallow in the mud doesn't mean that you need to be dirty. Okay, so they give so the buses here are free. Anywhere you get on a bus, it's free. You don't have to pay for it. That's important, especially if you need to get back and forth to work, and you're looking for a job, or you just need to get back and forth to appointments. It means that you don't have to have extra money on hand to be able to move around. And honestly, that is extremely important if you're in this lifestyle. Not only that, apparently they have shelters that are designed for people that have not just service animals, but pets, to where you can bring them in. Now, I'm actually on my way to go check it out now, and maybe they'll even allow me to do an interview with them, and that will be another video in which I do. But it seems like the ease of access to resources as far as bum feeds, showers, laundry, transportation, and being able to get services to assist me with my service animal, Sam. Those of you that are longtime subscribers, you know who I'm talking about. Well, actually, see, there's Sam. She's taking a break with me. We're walking, but you know, I got to say that, you know, if I were going to be static, if I were going to be a home bum, these are the three places that if I wanted to get up on my feet and move in the right direction, these are one of the three places in which I would go. Now, if I were to put them in order, I would probably put Gainesville at the bottom of the list and Covington, Kentucky at the top of the list as far as best places to be homeless. Now, San Francisco used to be a good place to be homeless, but over the years it has gone downhill. But it used to be, you walk into town, you go to the general assistance office, you tell them you're homeless, they put you in a shelter bed for 90 days. You have one of three paths that you could do, and then they give you this was like 20 years ago. They give you $15 every 2 weeks, which would allow you to go buy 2 pouches of tobacco and maybe a nice little treat for yourself. It wasn't enough to do anything really significant with, but you know, you would at least have your cigarettes and your food and your shelter taken care of, and after that you really shouldn't have any worries. Okay, but that's what San Francisco used to be like, and that's kind of what I use as my baseline, because back in the day, you know, in the early 2000s, that was one of my favorite places to be. That was one of the places that caused me to settle down. And you know, when you're traveling like I am, there are places that you'll go through that will become vortexes because of how attractive it is for your needs and for the things in which you want. So you got to be very careful, especially if you got a specific direction and a specific destination. Okay. So anyways, you guys know how to help the channel. Become a subscriber. Come on over to Patreon. Leave a tip down in the tip jar. Everything you do helps me in one form or fashion. Just watching this video and watching one of those ads helps me out. I make a little bit of money off of that, which helps me reach my goal of being housed sometime in the very near future. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.